Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charleston, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have another serious episode for you guys here that we definitely want you guys to stick around for. So make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, it's clear, it's pretty obvious to say that the Ime Udoka story has taken the sports world by storm. It's even gone out, the story has gone so far that now even people talking about entertainment, gossip, all of those different things, even they have started to partake in the conversation. And it's been a long time. It's been quite some time since I've seen this many people talking about the same event. And it seems like we've heard from everyone, right? We've heard from everyone. It seems like, we've heard from, the Celtics, the people involved. We've heard from, the people outside, like the public and, people like us, analysts, whoever. But the one group we haven't heard from is the actual players, right? The Boston Celtics players. We actually haven't spent any time, at least if I'm talking about from my perspective, really delving into what the players think about everything that has transpired. Now, for the people that just discovered this story by happenstance, maybe you're into entertainment news or whatever, and you just heard about the story, maybe you know Nia Long, and you're like, okay, well, I know her, so blah, blah, blah. Basically, the backstory is when Ime Udoka took over the Boston Celtics team, they were struggling, and he was able to breathe new life into that into that group. He got them to play hellacious defense. They were playing some of the best defense I've seen a NBA team play in years, and he coached that team to their first finals appearance since 2010. We're talking about a 10-year window of that team not making it to the NBA championship round. And then obviously subsequently this story broke, and pretty much all hell broke loose. So what I did this morning was, I searched for some of the things that some of the players had to say about the situation. So what we did was we put, a short compilation of some of the things some of the Boston Celtics players themselves, like Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, had to say about the situation. So what we want to do is, we want to play for you guys now. I want you guys to take a listen to what some of the things that they had to say here, and then we're going to come back and react to it. So take a listen to that here.
Something that we got to address as a group, which we've started that process of doing. Like you said, not a lot of information is being shared, so it's a lot of confusion going around, a lot of speculation going around, which makes it difficult on the guys that's been here and the guys that are here now. But I guess what we do is do our jobs.
It's a lot to process, unexpected, especially right coming into this season, and you feel a certain way that, coming off last year, that you're excited and trying to do all these things, and just a lot, if I'm being honest.
We have a formula for what we know we need to do in order to get better every single day and get back to where we want to get to. And so as much as we can focus on that, we'll be in good shape.
Marcus, you just describe what the last 72 hours have been like for you and your teammates just when finding out about Ime's violations.
It's been hell for us, just caught off surprise. Nobody really knows anything, so we're just in the wind just like everybody else. So these last couple of days, as far as this, has been confusing.
And your reactions to Joe being named interim head coach, and how you think your relationship with him during his time here?
I have a really good relationship with Joe. I think pretty much everybody on the team does. Joe's been here through the hard times, through the good times. He knows and understands us as players. He's built relationships with us, so we love Joe. We're excited to be able to work with him, and in this opportunity that he has. So we're all new. He's new to this. We're new to him being in that position, so we're all going to learn together and go together.
So you heard some of what the Boston Celtics players had to say there, right? And they're really the third pillar of this entire situation, right? They're the last piece that no one is really talking about, and they're the ones that are really going to go on and continue, to play basketball and represent that team. I think this is going to be a real test for this particular group, right? They're still a very young team, and we saw that in the NBA Finals when they were playing against the Golden State Warriors with all of the blunders, mental blunders and errors they were making on the basketball court, right? They had an opportunity to win that series, but because of their youth and experience, they just, they made a lot of mistakes, right? So this Boston Celtics, group, they're gonna be forced to grow up pretty quickly, right? Pretty quickly, and obviously is going to be different without the main voice in the locker room, which was their head coach. And I think the competition this year for the Boston Celtics is going to be stiff, and it's going to be a real test for them. The East is going to be as competitive as it's ever been, right? If you look at teams like the Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo has been playing basketball all off season. He was in a Eurobasket tournament. He looks great. Obviously, the Milwaukee Bucks played the Boston Celtics very, very close last year. I think they took him to a Game 7, if I'm not mistaken. And Giannis did that without the services of Chris Middleton. Well, Chris Middleton is going to be coming back this year, right? So Giannis will have Chris Middleton. He will have Drew Holiday to go along with himself. So I think the Milwaukee Bucks is obviously going to be very, very formidable. Obviously, you have the Miami Heat. Somehow, some way, they're always in the mix. Somehow, some way, Jimmy Butler and Pat Riley and these guys, Eric Spoelstra, always has that team competing at a very high level, and they have a very strong culture there. So I think the Miami Heat are always going to be in the mix, and whenever we count them out, they always make us regret counting them out. So you have that. Of course, you have the Brooklyn Nets, right, with Kevin Durant, Ben Simmons, Kyrie Irving, and that team is going to be dangerous for the simple fact that they have a lot to prove. They have a lot to prove. Kyrie Irving has a lot to prove. Obviously, Ben Simmons has a lot to prove. And Kevin Durant also feels like he has a lot to prove with all of the barbs that he's been taking over the offseason. And some of it was, because of him by, requesting a trade and obviously rescinding his trade. And of course, finally, we have the Philadelphia 76ers. As y'all know, James Harden recently said that you can tweet the fact that I've lost 100 pounds and Joel Embiid and these guys are going to be hungry. So the Eastern Conference is going to be really, really congested. Right. And I think it's going to be a really, really tough season for this team. But we're going to find out, what their basketball character is made of. Now, I think if the Boston Celtics struggle, I think it may increase the chances of Ime Udoka possibly coaching another team. If I'm being honest with you, based on some of the speculations out there, I'm not 100% certain that the Boston Celtics are going to bring it back to coach next season. Not 100% certain in that, right? So I think that there could be a real possibility of him, going on to coach another team. So if the team struggles, obviously his absence will be magnified. But if the team, performs very well and maybe they make it back to the Eastern Conference Finals, then maybe some people will say that, okay, maybe they didn't really need, they didn't need Ime Udoka. But to me, I think it's going to be a very challenging season for this group. And I think the players are really affected by it. And I think they gave a lot of honest, candid answers to some of the questions that they were asked by the media. And I think it's going to be pretty tough, but I think time will tell. So the question to you guys is, number one, how do you think the Boston Celtics are going to do this year with the absence of Ime Udoka? And number two, do you think that Ime Udoka will be brought back by the Boston Celtics, or do you think ultimately he'll end up going on to coach another team? Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts in the comment section, and we'll definitely catch y'all on the next episode. Peace.